Hello everyone. Ooh, my voice just went. Hello everyone. Welcome to our lesson on LDRs, which are light dependent resistors. This is our first lesson where I don't have access to my files, so I'm having to do a written explanation over video. It's not what I would like, but you know, we're rolling with it, we're finding our way through. So what I suggest is you watch this video, and you are more than welcome to pause it and take notes, but as you can imagine, it will be slightly scruffy. And so what may be better is if once you've watched it, you then go to your textbook, and it is page 156 to 157 of the textbook, and you can then take notes from the textbook. You don't have to. I'm going to try and get everything in this video, but I'm just trying to give you options here and, as I say, work around this slightly odd setup we're having to do. So yes, we're looking at LDRs today, which are light dependent resistors, and let's crack on. It's kind of in the name, really. So last lesson we looked at thermistors. So this is a reminder, which are temperature dependent resistors. Now in a thermistor, the hotter the temperature, generally, it's not always the case, you can have positive correlation thermistors which go the other way, but generally the hotter the temp, the lower the resistance. So that's just a reminder from last time, and they had a little graph which was temp against resistance, and it went down like that. So as I say, today we are looking at LDRs, which I'm sure you can guess are light dependent resistor. And the reason that they are light dependent resistors are they are made out of semiconductors. Now if you remember, metals have a high number density, insulators low number density. I hope you can read my writing, that is also an issue with this. And semiconductors can change their number density. So, LDRs made out of semiconductors. In bright light, the electrons, which as we know are the charge carriers in a semiconductor, gain enough energy to break free of their bonds. That means that there are more of them around, so the number density has increased, and as you know, when the number density increases, it can carry more current and the resistance drops. So in bright light, electrons gain enough energy to break free of their bonds, increasing the number density. As they are now able to carry current, the resistance drops. So in summary, bright light, where is that from? That's definitely from a film. If you know which film I'm talking about, please let me know when I see you on Zoom later. Bright light equals low resistance. Okay, so that's the basic bit about LDRs. And if you want to pause the video here, you can see all that information. If we were in school, we would be doing a practical. Now, the practical we would be doing is having a multimeter. Here we go with our little multimeter. Let's just label that multimeter. And we'd use that to measure resistance. We'd then have it attached to an LDR. I mean, believe it or not, it does actually look a bit like that. It's kind of got little stripes on it. So it's got an LDR, so there's our LDR. And we would have a lamp, for example. So that's our lamp. It's plugged in. I'll label it. Now what we would do is basically change the distance between the LDR and the lamp. Block out all of the other sources of light, so we probably do this in S6 where we can make it nice and dark. And then we'd look at distance versus the resistance of the LDR. Now the distance here, we don't actually want to know the distance. What we really want is light intensity, but it's quite hard to measure light intensity. So the distance is kind of what we use for calibration. It's like, well, if it's close, there's a high light intensity. So it's not perfect, but that's what we do. When we did that, we would plot a graph. And if I'm being perfectly honest, we'd probably try and swap out the axes and pretend the distance was light intensity. And it would look like... And just a quick reminder, intensity, power divided by area, so measured in watts per meter squared. But again, it would look like that. You'd have that lovely exponential curve. So yes, that's pretty much it. That's all you need to know for LDRs. So as I say, you have a choice. You can either take notes from this video, or you can go to page 156 and 157 of your textbook and take notes there. Other than that, I shall see you on Zoom later, and we shall do, no surprise, from the questions from page 157. All right, thanks everyone. See you later.